Hello everyone, I'm Ariel Sahar and this is Naturally Mermaid. I must have been about 5 or 6 years old when I first tried to litter. And to be honest, it really wasn't even that bad. I threw an apple core out of the window of a moving car and my grandfather flipped the F out. And I really didn't get it then, and I still kind of don't get it now, because it was organic waste. The birdies could eat off of it or it would decompose. Like, it wasn't like I was throwing out a piece of plastic or something. Nevertheless, my grandfather was like, no, we do not litter. We do not throw things out the window. We don't do that. And my mom even tried to come to my defense, because I'm pretty sure that she was the one who did stuff like that. Not like litter hardcore, but like organic waste, like you can just toss it to the wind, like it'll be fine. But he did not back down. Do not litter. I got that message loud and clear. And ever since then, I've been scarred or scared into not littering. And for the longest time, I've prided myself in not littering, taking care of our planet. And I would look down on people who did litter, like my friends and family, so much so that I would lecture them into being like, you should not litter. And I don't understand why people do litter, especially in their own space, like at their apartment complex or just like in their neighborhood. Is really confusing to me, but people do it, and I've always taken pride in not being one of those people. But then I realized that I'm not much better than them. Ever since I've learned a lot about plastic and the environment and stuff, and I'm just like, sure, I don't throw plastic out of the window, or I clean up after myself when I'm outside, but I do other things that do hurt our planet. I may not throw trash in the street, but I do throw away an awful lot of things. On average, Americans throw away 4 pounds of trash a day. That's almost 30 pounds a week, almost 100 pounds a month. And that's just crazy. That's a lot. And even though I throw away stuff in a trash can, when things go to landfill, they don't decompose, because you need oxygen in order for things to, go through the normal decomposition process. And since everything is inside of plastic trash bags, nothing decomposes. And food waste releases methane gas, which hurts the environment, and it's just the vicious cycle. Let's not even get started on the amount of plastic that's in the ocean. Did you know that it's estimated that by 2050 there will be more plastic in the ocean than fish? As a mermaid friend, that is unsettling. And climate change will be irreversible by 2031 if we don't take the necessary steps as individuals and as a country, because in America, we don't really do very many things to help the environment. We're kind of in denial that climate change is real. So we need to get on board with Europe and some other places around the world who actually are trying to make a difference to combat climate change. So until that happens, we as individuals in America and around the world, honestly, need to do what we can to make changes in our everyday life, because this shit is serious. I care about the planet. I care about my future and my future kids' future and my future grandkids' future and everybody's future, because if we don't make serious changes, then we may not have a planet to live on in 100 years. And it's so easy to numb yourself to the effects of climate change and the personal effect that you're making on it, because it's like, oh, I'm just one person. What's this one plastic bottle? What's this one whatever it is? And I go through that, even now, not that I've been on a very long journey of low waste, but just getting into it, and you really look at your daily routine and how much waste you're producing. It's overwhelming, to be honest, but we can really make changes to do what we can to help. Even just decreasing my waste by half can make a huge difference, and making better choices regarding food, clothing, transportation can make a huge difference. And even talking to friends and family or randos that you meet on the street can make a big difference in changing someone's perspective. I've known for a while now that simply not littering isn't doing much to save the planet. Whether intentional or unintentional, the waste that I produce is killing our planet. So I've made the decision to join the low waste movement. I've made the decision to be more conscious about the waste that I produce and how my decisions such as transportation, clothing, food, and the companies that I decide to support will help the environment. My goal is not to reach zero waste, but to lower my impact and inspire others to do the same by making little choices every day that will help lower your impact and reduce your waste. Low impact is a term that I think came from Sustainably Vegan here on YouTube. And to me, what that means is reducing the amount of waste that you produce and also making better choices when it comes to supporting companies who are also trying to better the environment with the packaging that they choose and the materials that they produce their products with, because that can have a bigger impact than what we have on an individual basis. If we all work together to make better choices for the health of our planet, as well as the health of our human race, then I think that we can make a really big impact. Obviously, I'm not a scientist or an environmentalist, so maybe I'm wrong thinking that not everyone needs to be zero waste, but everyone definitely needs to think about the choices that they're making and the products that they're supporting and all that good stuff. And I think that if we work together, then we can make a big difference. Another term that's circulating throughout the low waste, zero waste, low impact movement is slow living, which is kind of like choosing things not out of convenience, like drinking out of plastic water bottles, like, oh, it's really easy, just pick one up and go, or doing takeout, or going through fast fashion. Slow living is just taking more time to really, I think about the choices that you're making. I keep saying that, choices that you're making, but it's a really big part of this. So slow living isn't a new concept to me. I came from a single parent household, so we didn't have a lot of money, which meant that a lot of my clothing came from thrift stores, and we didn't have a lot of food waste because we couldn't really afford to buy a bunch of food that we weren't going to eat. But once I got my own disposable income, I became a lot more wasteful as far as eating out and buying cheap knickknacks and shopping fast fashion and wasting produce and meat because I was too lazy to cook. And just stopping those things can make a really big impact on helping save the environment. So now I'm realizing the impact of those decisions and how they have hurt our planet. I'm kind of sometimes sit and think about the batteries that I threw away, or some chicken that I didn't cook because I was too tired, or little things like that, and how it just hurts the planet, and I feel really guilty about it, and I don't want to. So about 2 or 3 months ago, I really started learning about climate change and the impact that it's having on our planet, obviously, and just researching and watching YouTube videos about what I can do to reduce my impact. And since then, I've been making little changes every day to do my part. And I think one big part in that is to help spread the word, honestly, because yeah, we can do what we can, but we also need to tell other people about it, because a lot of people just don't know. And also a lot of people just don't care. And that's a big problem. Like I said earlier, we all need to work together to do our part. In doing my part, I want to share my journey with you. There's a lot of people here on YouTube who are deep in the low impact, zero waste journey. And I think that hopefully people will find it interesting to see someone who's like just getting into it and sharing my trials and tribulations. So if you guys are interested, I'll be posting new videos every Tuesday and Friday, I think, or is it Monday and Thursday? One of those two. So please make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you get notified of all of my new videos. And leave a comment down below, like letting me know like what types of videos maybe you'd be interested in. I'm also interested in knowing what step you're in as far as like going low impact or like reducing your impact, because we're all in different places, we all have different challenges, and I'm really interested to know like where you are and what challenges you've been facing. Well, that's about it for this video. I hope that I've inspired you to make good choices for the health of our planet and also for the health of your body. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Ciao!